everybody, and welcome back into another episode of the Bet on Me podcast. It is Friday, January 19th, 2024, and this is the first episode of 2024 for the Bet on Me podcast. I know it's been a minute. You guys know how it is. I just drop these in whenever anymore. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. I know there's a lot that's happened in the NFL, but we're going to talk about playoffs this weekend, the games that we got going on. We got some really good games. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it here. We've got the 10-7 Houston Texans taking on the Ravens in this Saturday in AFC Divisional playoff round here. The Ravens are 13-4. The Ravens are 6-3 at home this season, and the Texans are sitting at 4-4 at home this season. So I think that this one's going to be a good game. Baltimore's favored by 9.5, which is a lot for an NFL playoff game. Do I think the Texans can cover that? I mean, maybe. Lamar is right now. He has a higher QBR rating of 64, and a half, making him the fourth in the league. Stroud's sitting at 15th with 57.5. None of that shit matters though. But we like stats here when we're looking at our picks and seeing what we got. But Lamar's thrown 7 interceptions this season. Sorry, can't talk. But Stroud's only thrown 5, so they're about equal there. Lamar's carried the ball 148 times this season, so look for more of that this weekend. And hold on, let me try to see if I can just maybe that'll help some. Yeah, I think that'll help. And just shut the blinds over there. Anyway, Lamar, he's going to run the ball. He's what is it? 182 yards rushing this year, and 5 TDs. But Stroud's no stranger to taking off and rushing for a TD from time to time as well. You can look at his anytime TD odds; they wouldn't hurt. He's had 3 this season rushing touchdowns, which he averages about the same as Lamar. Stroud about 4.5 yards per carry when Lamar is getting about 5.5. So about a yard difference there. But Stroud has 39 carries for 167 yards, and like I said before, with 3 rushing touchdowns. So, either one of them could take off and get some points. Even still, I think that's a lot for an NFL playoff game. 9.5 points. The Ravens, I know they're supposed to be a better team, and this is Stroud's rookie year, and he's doing great. But I'll tell you this. I'm definitely going to take the Ravens and parlay and throw them in there with the money line. But I think I'll have to take my chances on that plus 9.5 because this game seems evenly matched. I really think it is, and I'll keep saying it in the playoffs. 10 points is a lot. 10 points is a lot. But I think Houston earns a bit of respect here after a close loss, and I think Baltimore moves on. But I think Texas covers 9.5. Still think Baltimore gets the win. And here's another one that I don't like. These lines are just way too damn high. Okay, they're way too damn high for the playoffs. So the Packers coming off a huge win against Dallas. My Super Bowl pick, Dallas. We're not going to talk about that right. Okay, while being a 7.5 point underdog is it's just insane. I don't know what Vegas is doing. Because this looks like a damn trap, if you ask me. So the Packers are 9-8 on the season, and the 49ers are 12-5. Now, I think the roster of offensive weapons is the reason for the Niners' success. I mean, Chris McCaffrey, he doesn't have to be talked about because what can you say? The dude's a fucking Hall of Famer, right? But I'm sure I'm not so sure that I'd put my money on Purdy in the playoffs just yet. Say what you want, but Aaron Rodgers and the way that he left the Packers and his lifestyle and what he believes and what you want to think about him is whatever. He's one of the elite quarterbacks to play the game. Jordan Love sat behind him for a few years and got to see how a QB at that level handles himself on the field in those situations. We know that doesn't really make a difference for a lot of people. We see Garoppolo set behind Brady. Didn't really matter. Basically, though, I think Love had more time, has had more time in the NFL to kind of figure things out, where Purdy is kind of, you know, he's kind of on this roller coaster ride right now. He's got a really great team. I don't think his talent matches the talent and around him. Uh, but I think Love is one of those guys. He looks like he can lift the talent that he has, and he's got some good talent. Love does, but I think here's a few stats that you can look at for both quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks have thrown 11 interceptions this season. Purdy has 31 passing TDs. Love has 32. Purdy does have the number one QBR ranking, which it doesn't matter to me. It's late sitting at 73, and Love is ranked ninth. This is all according to ESPN QBR rankings. That's just where I looked at to find them. He's at 62, so he's ranked ninth. Here's a stat that I like. The Packers away this season are 4-5, and the Niners at home are 5-3. So I think that's close. So I think the Packers easily cover that 9.5, that plus 9.5. You can even take them on the money line if you want to, but that's just one of those instances where I'm talking about 10 points is just too damn much in an NFL game. But moving on here, the Chiefs are coming off, or the Chiefs aren't coming off. The Chiefs are coming in to this game. They're going to be playing Mahomes his first road playoff game in his career. They're a 2.5 point dog. And I don't think that's the big story here. I think the bigger story here is how the Bills are clicking right now and at the right time. And a lot has been said about them not being able to get over that hump, just like other franchises in the playoffs this year, which when I think about it, uh, those two teams could probably meet in the Super Bowl, and that would just be amazing. Anyway, the Chiefs are 11-6 this year with a road record 6-2, and the Bills are also 11-6 with a home record of 7-2. So just like the Cowboys, who were my Super Bowl pick, which I'm very upset about. Now I got to like switch it up, and I think I know who I'm going to go with. But so just like the Cowboys, the Bills are set up to take full control of their destiny in the playoffs. Anything can happen for these guys. They just got to get out there and get it done. Diggs is ready. I think Allen's ready. I just think they can get it done this year. They're not solely who I think. I think the Bills have a very good shot at getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, this could be the year. This could be the year. They're very much constructed to be able to do it. I'm not going to compare QBs on this one because these are two of the best in the playoffs. So we all know what they've done. We all know what they're capable of. But Allen has 29 passing TDs on the year. And here it comes. Here's that number, 18 interceptions. That's a lot. And, he's also got 111 carries for 524 rushing yards, 15 TDs on the season. Just on the ground for Allen. So you got to think he's accounting for what is that, like 40 something, 44 of their TDs, something like that. Yeah, 44 of their TDs this season. 15 of those are coming on the ground. So, um, you know, that's that's pretty good. That's a pretty good. He's pretty much doing all he can. I mean, it just may not look like it in certain situations, but 27 TDs in the air, 14 interceptions. Mahomes isn't that far behind Allen with those 14 interceptions. He's not ran not one single one into the end zone this season. Patrick Mahomes has not. So that's something you could look at anytime touchdown score. I know you probably want to look at, Allen scoring an anytime touchdown. Those odds probably wouldn't be great if you're looking for better value. Probably get a Mahomes. Like I said, 27 touchdowns in the air, 14 interceptions, zero rushing touchdowns, where Allen has had 15. Either way, I mean, I think worth a little sprinkle. Mahomes anytime touchdown. Who knows, right? Because Allen, I mean, the statistics say he's more than likely going to get one. But anyway, all that aside, I think the Bills get this one done. I'm going to take them on the money line. Right now, I think it's sitting at minus 144 over on FanDuel. This should be a good close game. I'm expecting it, but yeah, I think the Bills go ahead and roll on by. So the Bucks are rolling after that wild card round one, whatever the hell, beating up on the Eagles, whatever you want to call it. But that team just looked disinterested, and I know that this is going to sound like I'm hating on the Bucks, but I'm just telling you that that ending score, it wasn't indicative on like I think what really could have happened if the Eagles would have showed up. I don't want to take anything away from Baker's 337 passing yards, three TDs. That game against the Eagles, it was great. But I think if the Eagles show up, they beat the Bucks. I don't know what's going on up there with the Eagles. I just wouldn't. I'm not getting into any of that. Like what I think, any of that stuff. But I wouldn't bet any money on the Eagles until we see whatever it is going on up there fixed. Just as far as betting goes, as far as the game, I just think they gave up. They wanted the season to be over. They didn't play hard. It's difficult to really say, and it's difficult to really say that the Bucks are just that damn good. But in the playoffs, anyone can get hot. But you just hate to see a team that looked like they kind of laid down. Um, maybe on their coach, maybe on their quarterback. Who knows what's going on up there? But Baker with 28 TDs, 10 interceptions this season. He ran one in himself all season long. The Lions, I feel like, are America's team right now. I really, if you don't want to see them get to the Super Bowl, then you don't like sports, right? Because that fan base is ready, and I think that they may get it this year. I really do. I think we're going to end up with the Bills and the Lions in the Super Bowl. That's just me. I originally had the Cowboys, but after the Packers made short work of them, it's clear to see that this is the year of the underdog. And just look at who's left. I think the Lions are well constructed, and if there's ever a time that they are in the exact position that they need to be to at least get to the damn Super Bowl, you know what I mean? This is it. I mean, they got Laporta, they got St. Brown, all the stars. These guys are stars in this league. All the stars are aligned for them. I think, my opinion, they got Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, that's a good backfield. I mean, really, really, I really believe after the first round that they are best set up for the task at hand. They got a chip on their shoulder. Their fan base is 1000% behind them. Eminem's up there singing "Damn Lose Yourself" in the fucking stands. Got the whole crowd going on with it. They got a good defense. They got a great, star wide receiver, like I said, and St. Brown. They've got the running backs. They got two running backs. They've got the tight end that they need. I mean, I just think I think they're all set up. They got a coach. Are you kidding me? That coach, Dan Campbell, Goff, let's just go ahead and look at this. 30 TDs on the year through the air, 12 interceptions, QBR of 60. He's rushed for two. I just think Dan Campbell's done a great job up there. He's one of the main reasons they're in this position. He's got heart. And I think those players want to play for him because they've got something to play for. This means something to that city. And I think that means something and that matters on the field for momentum. And momentum is a powerful thing when you're in the NFL, especially in the playoffs. Like I said, this city, this team, these guys, they all have something to play for. Golf, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's wanting to show people that he could get it done. I'm sure he's pissed off. He got shipped out, and they brought Stafford in and won immediately. So, Baker has good weapons too. I love Godwin's. I love Edwin's. White. He's a good back. I just think it's a storybook year. That's why I had the damn Cowboys. I don't think Jerry's got too much longer to try to win one, and I thought they were in good position, but because they were blowing teams out. But I don't know. I'm taking the Lions on the money line. I don't know about the 6.5. I think it's going to be a close game. I think all the rest of these playoff games are going to be close games. I don't think any of them are really going to like be blowouts. That's what I'm saying. These 9.5 point spreads are fucking ridiculous in the playoffs. But it's going to be an exciting weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and post all these to the Discord, the Twitter. I've got a Telegram over there. The Discord's absolutely free. Links are going to be down below in the description. You can check out everything over on Cappertek, where we post plays and post the podcast. Check the podcast out everywhere that you listen, over on Apple, over on Spotify. We posted over on the YouTube channel. Follow us over on Twitter at bet on me pod right over here. See that at down there in the corner if you need to check it out. Also, links will be down below in the description. Yeah, we're gonna head into this weekend. We're gonna have a good time and be looking out for the next episode of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. And let's get those damn bets in. Also, if you want bets for tonight, we're going to have some bets out for tonight on NHL and NBA. Just check out the Discord over there or follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Links are all down below in the description, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. It's a new year. It's the first episode of the new year. Can't wait. Can't wait to get this year rolling. All right, everyone. Let's have a good evening.